So we were just in there. We saw Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton talk about student debt reform. Hillary Clinton right now is really in the low poll numbers amongst millennials. It's around 30 to 35% in a variety of polls. Did she do anything in there to boost up the millennial support? And if not, what can she do at this point? We're very close to the election.
I think she definitely did sway me a little bit. I think it helped having Bernie Sanders there. I'm not going to lie because...
So you were a Berner. You're like every young person we're talking to came from Bernie to her.
Yeah, I'm still a Bernie Sanders supporter. I think having him there did help her. The fact that they're working together and she's like definitely like kind of taking his idea, almost like working together to support it, helped her.
What did you think about the college debt plan?
I actually enjoyed it. I was a big supporter of Bernie. Now I'm switching over to Hillary. I like how they're both working together. And I definitely think it's going to be a hard one to implement, but definitely am in favor of it at this point.
It seems like a lot of people just don't trust her. I know I have difficulty trusting her. So what brought you to this rally? Was it Bernie or was it her? And did you like what she had to say about student debt, or are you kind of skeptical?
Well, I was a really big Bernie fan during the primaries. I canvassed for him. I knocked on doors. And like yourself, it was really difficult for me to switch over. But honestly, the other side is it just isn't for me. Like the things that Trump is saying isn't sitting well for me, especially that I'm the son of immigrants and, they came here for a better life. And the fact that he's saying things that are offensive against immigrants and women and the disabled. I think even as Bernie fans, I think we could all agree on that Trump will not progress this nation.
She kind of evolved on this plan, embraced it when she was trying to get Bernie's endorsement. Also, we know that banks in particular don't want student loan debt lowered. If we're being honest, some of her biggest donors are banks. So are you kind of taking it on faith that she's going to execute on this, or do you have any doubt?
I do have doubts, absolutely, because one of my problems with Hillary has always been that I feel like she is kind of a flip-flopper. She'll say anything to get elected. That's why I loved Bernie.
Barack Obama in 2008 said she'll say anything and do nothing.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's so. As of right now, I'm picking the lesser of two evils between Trump and Hillary. Definitely support her right now, but I do have my doubts, absolutely.
And she's kind of talking about it. She got into specifics. Bernie basically wanted it for all income levels. She's kind of talked about $125,000 or less. Do you understand why a lot of kind of people going to the third party, millennials, are kind of just, they hear it, but they're just not believing it, I guess you could say?
Believing what?
That she's going to execute on this and follow through.
Yeah, I think since Bernie was just really passionate about the whole thing. He really seemed like he was going to go in and stir everything up a little bit. And I mean, Hillary, I feel like she's been trying for so long to get the presidency, and like she's at this point just like throwing everything in, just trying to like get support from everybody. I don't know.
Were you impressed? Because I know for me, I have a couple suspicions about her following through, and I know a lot of millennials obviously have a trust issue with her.
In my opinion, I was definitely impressed with the ideas. I think that the difficulty that we're going to have in general with any candidates saying their ideas is that the president in the end is not Congress, so they're not going to be able to say, hey, you are definitely going to do this. It's going to be that tight race in. But at least bringing the issues up now and then being able to propose them is a great start, because...
Well, the president there's something to be said for, yes, not a dictator, but how hard can we trust he's going to actually fight? Because, for example, if Bernie Sanders became president, sorry to depress you guys, if he became president, he might not get everything through, but he's going for broke to get these things through, whereas people like Hillary Clinton might try to compromise more quickly. So do you trust that she's actually going to fight for these things rather than just she gets in, oh, it's not practical, the Republicans won't go, so everything gets watered down?
In my opinion, I see that she is going to fight, but I see she will try to fight more practically, because I think the issue is at this point, a lot of times people like want something now. And the issue is the way our democracy is set up, we have to get those votes. We have to do things. So if you jump down the throats too fast of people in the State House, and from someone who's running for state representative right now, I've seen how clashing people get and how much people will actually try to end someone else's career for doing something too fast.
Well, you see some people over there, that's some Stein supporters protesting, and they kind of say like, oh, you know, Trump's rhetoric is horrible and racist, but her record is worse. What would you say to those kind of people who are encouraging you to vote not for the lesser of two evils, but for the greater good is her slogan?
Well, I can agree with some of the things that they've said. I think some of her record is a little questionable, but also some of her record is pretty admirable. And I think that you are picking a little bit lesser of two evils, but at the end of the day, I want a progressive platform, and I think the Democratic Party, with the help of Bernie Sanders, has a progressive platform that she has to kind of attend to. And at the end of the day, the party will hold her accountable if she isn't the candidate that we think we need, you know.
So you think that the party and like the people will hold her accountable? A lot of what Bernie talked about was getting a political revolution of people who are more politically engaged. Do you trust that this new political coalition will be able to hold her accountable to the things she's saying in there, like the student debt and stuff like that?
I truly believe so. I mean, I hope so.
And on Trump, because I meet a lot of people, like there's Jill Stein supporters over there, who think Trump's awful, but they don't really see a big difference between the two. What do you see? Because there's a disconnect between a lot of young people think, yeah, I don't love Hillary Clinton, but Trump's, you know, Hitler. Whereas Stein, Johnson people think the two eggs in the same pot.
Yeah, honestly, I think the biggest difference between Hillary and Trump is their social views. And that's literally the only reason why I'm trying to pick Hillary now. I mean, Hillary, like you were saying before, what she could say to get more supporters and stuff like that. I don't really think she can do much at this point. It's just because she keeps saying, oh, look at my record, when at the same time it's her record that is causing all this controversy against her. And so there's literally nothing she can say at this point when she already has a reputation of a liar.